Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Am I the only one?
No, here we go. Here we go. We got some more people. Hey,
Okay.
did anyone try to log on and see a message about like the host is not on yet or something like that?
I did, but now you're on. That went away.
I feel like I'm on.
You are on. Can you hear us?
I absolutely can. I think they changed their hey Rebecca, how you doing?
Oh, hi.
I think Zoom changed their protocol, their default settings like a couple days ago. And I didn't know that. So I'll make sure that people can join before the host gets on. Now, I don't know, everybody.
Hey, John.
Hi, you guys. Jason,
Hi.
did you get a haircut, Jason?
Yep.
Nice.
I'm employable now.
I got a haircut too.
Nice, Ellen.
Surprised I didn't see you there.
Huh?
I'm surprised I didn't see you there, Ellen.
Oh, I'm right here. Yeah.
Little shitty joke there. So, all right, awesome. I think we had like 22 signups.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so people may trickle in as we
All
go,
right.
or maybe it's 16 or something. I don't know. I'm bad at math, but awesome. Thank you all for being here. And why don't we start by just going around and briefly, 'cause we have a lot of people, but if you could say your name, where you are, where you live, and if you're with an organization or just a lone hero, that would be great. And I just want to say, we are very lucky tonight. We have Rebecca Ninberg here, one of our core members, also leader of Swing Left Los Feliz, and she helps us lead voter drives and has put together our biggest fundraiser ever with Puddle's Pity Party in Silver Lake. That was amazing, and just is helping us in like just about every way. And we also have our 8th District, CA08, Field Man Bolin.
Hello.
Doing an amazing job.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah. So, all right. So go ahead, everyone. When we, Rebecca, you want to start? I know I said a lot already.
Oh, Rebecca, start
Introduce.
talking about.
I said it all. I'm sorry.
I was like, he already introduced me. It's okay. Yeah, we're good. Hey, everybody. Thank you all for being on this. It's incredible how quickly this organization has scaled and what a huge impact it has already had and will have in 2020. So thank you all so much.
Yay.
Thank you.
Who's next?
I'll go.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, my name is Marion Sywick. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I live in Los Feliz. I've done a lot of canvassing when Katie Hill was running, and I know Iris Snyder, so I know that she's the one who hooked me up with you guys. So I just want to figure out how to get all these people to register to vote and vote. So that's why I'm here.
Oh
yeah.
Thank you.
Hey.
Iris Schneider is one of the stalwarts. She's registered a voter in every state.
Yeah.
That is awesome, though. CA25, thank you for your work there. That's fantastic. All right, who's next?
Okay, I'm Ellen. I live in Morongo Valley.
Yay.
Yay! I've gone voter registration with Joanne once, and then with some Bernie people, and I just don't feel all that comfortable signing people up. So I felt like I probably need some training.
Awesome. You're in the right place. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. That's great. We need all the help we can get. Let's see. How about Linda?
Hi, I'm Linda. I live in Burlingame. And my friend told me about this meeting. I wanted to learn about voter registration, see if I can help out at some point in the future.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Wonderful. NorCal represent. Who else? How about Cora?
Hi, my name is Cora. I live in North Long Beach.
Nice.
And I have done some voter registration, but I figured I should join up with a national organization and get some tips.
Excellent. Nice. Thank you for doing it. Voter registration. You've done voter registration before. That's great. That will absolutely help. Let's see. How about Joanne?
Hi, everybody. I'm Joanne Boland, and I live in Yucca Valley, which is near Joshua Tree. And I'm field director of Field Team 6 CA08 chapter. And our next little outing is on the 15th at Victor Valley College. We're going to try to sign up as many Democrats as we can.
Oh, that was very dramatic. There we go. Okay, I muted people. You can absolutely unmute yourself at any point, though. So that's great. Thank you, Joanne. Who's next? How about Deb Towns? You have to unmute yourself.
Sorry, I don't know how to do this very well. I live in Laguna Niguel, California, and I'd like to work at the upcoming Women's March. I can't walk super well, though, so I kind of would have to be in a stationary place and run out and grab folks here and there. But I would like to help register voters.
Awesome. Thank you. That's great. I appreciate that. And we could use it in Laguna Niguel for sure.
Yeah, it would be Santa Ana location, actually.
Okay. Okay. That's great. We'll get people from all over the OC. Perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah. Les, how about you? Oh, gave me the cold shoulder, just walked away. Oh, there he is again. Les, can you hear me? And would you like to introduce yourself? Oh, okay. Who else? And Les, if you get your audio working, yeah, you could pipe up at any point. Diane, I signed up to join Jill Fullerton. I guess that'll be better for me. Awesome. That's great. Absolutely need people there too at 39. So if anyone else wants to introduce themselves, please pipe up and do it right now. We'll take one more. Oh, whoa. Screen sharing with Karen. I think that was a mistake. If anyone else would like to introduce themselves, please do it. If not, we'll just get started. Or you can also introduce yourself in the chat. All right. Hang on one second. How do I stop a rogue screen share?
Tell Karen she's got to take her screen share off.
Yeah, Karen, if you can hear me. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. Figured it out. If anyone else has not introduced themselves, it would be great if you could just drop in the chat what your name is, where you are in California, and if you're with an organization or not. That'd be great to know, just so we know what parts of California we have represented here. I'm just gonna put my hand here to cover up my chins, you know? Very flattering angle.
That's fine.
I'm Jason Berlin with Field Team 6. You know that. If this is your first time here, I was a TV writer for 18 years. Then Trump happened. That changed everything. I did not feel like I had to change my life. I couldn't just keep on wearing liberal looking shirts to work, trying to get in fights with my Trump loving boss, you know? So I quit writing for TV, volunteered with Swing Left for a year, learned how to organize, learned that there was such a thing, you know, as organizing, and that I could translate all my Trump rage into positive conversations with strangers, and that it was actually incredibly therapeutic, like for me, for them, and for the democracy, and that changed my life. So then I got a job with the California Democratic Party. Worked with them for the following year leading up to the midterms, and with our volunteer army, and with the help of, I'm sure, all of you in the lead up to the midterms, we registered over 6,000 progressive voters across the 5 swing districts, and you all helped do that and helped knock on millions of doors and make millions of calls and send postcards and text and phone bank, and we changed history. A little over a year ago, we all saved the world. That's like, it's easy to forget with the insane stuff going on every day in the news. That makes you want to scream and jump out a window. But remember, we can save the world, and we know because we did. We all did. That's on every single one of us. We got, you know, we flipped just from Northern California. Oh, I just spat a piece of food out. Sorry. CA10, Josh Harder. We got CA21, Bakersfield area, TJ Cox won by 862 votes. And then in Southern California, of course, you remember, the night of the midterms, a lot was unsure. We knew that Mike Levin won in CA49. Awesome. We knew that Katie Hill took it in CA25. And then Harley Ruda was kind of on the bubble. Didn't quite know. And then it was like political Hanukkah after that. Like, oh, Harley won. Okay, but it seems like Katie Porter's, she's done. And there's not even a chance of Gil Cisneros. And then every few days,
Porter.
yeah, Katie Porter, national treasure, Katie Porter, amazing, fearless, brilliant, just strong woman leader, elected in inland Orange County. Mind blowing. And then when I got the text from one of my friends that Gil Cisneros had finally surpassed young Kim's vote total, I burst into tears in the Trader Joe's in South Pasadena where I was, you know, because that was like the culmination of the just 2 years of all our hard work, like 5 district sweep, Southern California. So we needed 23 seats to win back the House. We got 40. We swept in the most women ever in a class of Congress. It's up to 25%. You know, it should be 75, but it's a good start. And the change in our leadership is dramatic. It's like the change in your driving when you start looking at the road, you know? So, you know, nothing wakes people up like pain. And this lightning bolt through the country has woken us up. And it's woken a ton of us, not on this call, but throughout the country, it's woken up. That's how we got that blue wave. And that's how we also won a Democratic governorship in Kentucky. That's insane. By 5,000 votes. That's a field margin. That is what we can affect with all our actions in the field. We flipped the Virginia state houses so that Virginia is now considered by the Republicans a blue state. That's the capital of the Confederacy. We took that as ours now. So we are on the march. We can do this. After the midterms, my job ended right away with the party, like it always does. That's the normal thing, and it's a crazy thing. My co-organizer, Michael Tonetti, and I founded Field Team 6, Registered Democrats Save the World, you know, so that we wouldn't have to throw out the 15,000 hours of experience we just got, and so that we could see if it was possible to go national and like really keep on spreading this. And And the good news is it was. So we're currently in, we started in the field we got back out into the field in March 2019. Since then, we have put together 21 chapters in 10 states. There's 2 more states we're trying to get into, Wisconsin and Iowa. We have good leads in both, but we just registered a 16,000th voter a few weeks ago, and we're also in California. California, it should not be forgotten. There's plenty of super important work to do right here in our backyard. So, like Karen Bass said, these districts that we just won, we're renting them. We don't own them. We won't own them till we've won them a few times. Sometimes you never own them, but we need to keep defending them. And so we currently have ongoing voter drives in all 7 of the districts that we all flipped in 2 Novembers ago. But we could always use help in every single one of those 7 districts. And we also are trying to pick up 4 more. We are in CA 50, where Duncan 60 felony count Hunter just announced that he will be resigning in January. And that's wonderful, just because he's one of the most horrible people on the planet, not so good, because Daryl Issa has been saying that he's gonna, he's actually made active moves. So he seems to be not quite officially, but he's going to be running for that seat. Daryl Issa, evil Don Draper, who Mike Levin beat in CA 49, or well, he got out before Mike Levin could beat him. He retired because he saw the writing on the wall. Now he's coming back like Voldemort. We got to beat him again. Amar Kampa-Najjar has a really good shot at that. That's CA 50. We're also in CA 42. That's like the Corona Norco area in the north of that district. It's a great place. It goes all the way down to Calabasas, where it meets with CA 50. And CA 42, Ken Calvert has been the Republican representative there forever. And he has accepted the most money from the NRA of any California congressperson. It's time for him to go. We're having regular voter drives there. That's a great place to help. We're in California's 8th district, where Joanne Bolin is the fearless zombie lord of that district. And we have a huge amount of activity there. Lots of voter drives there. In the Victorville area, that's a crucial area. And that's where we're going to get most of our Democrats. But we have them all over that district. The district also includes Joshua Tree and Yucca Valley. It's a vast district that goes up the entire eastern side of the state. Paul Cook was the horrible Republican there. He was outraised by Chris Bubser, who's the front-running Democrat running for Congress. And she, after she outraised him by a lot in 1 quarter, coincidentally, he decided not to run. So that's great. And she has a real shot there. We have a real shot at swinging this mostly desert, but it also goes up into Mammoth. There's lots of beautiful parts of that district. We have a real chance at flipping that district. And we're also in the 4th one, the final one, it's represented by a guy you probably don't know. His name is Devin Nunes. He is, his eyes remind me of the tunnels that Wile E. Coyote paints on the side of a mountain. Just nothing. No. So he lost. Is wishful thinking. He won by about 5 points last time. The time before that, I think he won by 15. So if we keep going at this rate, he's gone next time. That is the Fresno area. If you can get up to there or down to there, or you're around there to begin with, amazing. We need every Democrat we can there. So, yeah, in one I haven't mentioned. Let's see, just to mention the 5 of Southern California in CA 25, like Lancaster, Palmdale, all the way west to Santa Clarita. Christy Smith is the front running Democrat there. We absolutely need her to win. Steve Knight, I was so happy to never have to see his disgusting face again. He's running again. So sorry to face shame him. If he were a great guy, I would love his face. It's just what's behind it. But he's running again, so we have to defeat him again. And Christy Smith is a great candidate, so we could use help there. 39, Gil Cisneros. He won by the smallest margin of all the 5 southern districts. He absolutely needs help. Fullerton area. 45, Katie Porter. They're gunning for her. We need to keep her representing Irvine, Tustin, that area. 48, Harley Ruda has a super well-funded challenger in Michelle Steele. Republicans are just pouring money into these Orange County races. And 49, we cannot forget Mike Levin. It's easy to get cocky and forget that all of these are vulnerable seats. If we just won them, we got to hang on for dear life now. This is Orange County. Republicans think they own it because they did for decades. So we have to register Democrats for Mike Levin for sure. And that is just south of it's Laguna Niguel. That right around that area is where his district starts, hugs the coast, and goes down almost to San Diego. So yeah, lots of places that will help. To make all this easier, just to see visually, I'm going to put the link to our heat map. Someone last cycle was like, oh, you got to check out that hot map. The hot map is really good. This is our heat map. If you click on it in the chat, I'll share my screen just in case it's easier. Let's see. Here we go. So this has not been rolled out to the, oh my God, that looks so good. I'm sorry, let me just gloat for a second. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 states we're in. 11? We have one in Iowa? That was a training, okay. Okay, so enter your zip code. I'm just gonna put in my LA zip code for now. And you can choose your travel range. Let's say I'll travel up to 108 miles, let's say. Now we can see here, these are all voter drives. Each icon is a voter drive. And you can zoom in and see, here's CA 25, here's CA 8, bordering that. Here's something coming up, voter registration drive in Victorville. Nice. Down here, there's one that looks like a fish, the CA 39. That's Fullerton. That's, Gil Cisneros. Down here, 45, Katie Porter. 48, and that is, we gotta light this up. That should be lit up. 49, and this is 50 right here. By the way, these ones on the border, it doesn't matter if it's, which border it's just over. When it's on the border like that, we're gonna be registering people from 49, 45, and 48, So that's a very useful place to have one right there. And if you scroll down, you can see all of these voter drives, where they're happening, and you can click the volunteer link on the right. So I'm going to, that is a fun thing to play with. So please play with it as much as you like. I'm also going to include our upcoming events feed, upcoming trainings and events on Mobilize, in case that is an easier thing to check out for you. And that looks like this. So you'll see it in this format. And you can click, this shows you any kind of event, any day, anywhere, anyhow. if you want to narrow it down by dates that you can go, you can click on any day, and put in specific events, a specific date, excuse me, or date range, location. Say I want to go somewhere near Tustin. Oh God, I love Tustin. You can do that and search, and they'll show you. There's the Women's March for OC. I'm actually gonna put this link in the chat in case someone needs it. And Joanne, if you would like to put the CA8, the next drive, in the chat also, that'd be great. So let me do that. And OC Women's March coming up. All right. So
Jason.
yes.
Jason, I don't know how to do that because I'm on my phone. My laptop's down, and I don't know how to do that.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem. I'll put it in at the end.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. So yeah, so those are some great ways to just see what voter drives
I'm
are.
on my phone too, and I just can click the link and it goes right there, by the way.
Oh, cool. It's just difficult for her to,
If you can see that little white, when you put it up, if you see that little white writing at the bottom, if you click on it, it popped right up on my phone. I don't know if that helps.
I think she's talking about like just searching on the phone while being on a call. But so those are some good ways to find events. In general, if you've never been to one of our events, this is what it'll look like. We do hotspot voter registration, so we don't knock on doors. We go to a high traffic area and talk to everyone we can. We are an anti-table organization, so we don't sit at a table and wait for people to ask us to dance. We walk around with a clipboard and a smile, talk to everyone we can. That makes us like 5 to 10 times more effective than people sitting at tables. And what makes us different than every other voter reg organization is they're almost all the ones I know of are 501c3s, which means they are legally bound to be nonpartisan. We're a 527, which means we're not. So we can do voter registration unshackled, and what that means is,
that's amazing. I've never heard of that. Right?
It's it's a simple thing, but a lot of people have never seen this before, so what that means is we can, and of course we go out of our way to be respectful and positive to every single person we talk to, no matter how Republican they are. That's one of our core values, just respect for everybody. And at the same time, we also are proud of our values. And so we can do things like wear a resist hat, we can wear a Trump with a line through it pin, no Trump pin. This is super helpful. Something like this, it's like $1 on Amazon. You can wear a liberal looking t-shirt, like, well, here's a good one. Angela Davis, and
wait, what's it called again? The type of organization? Okay.
We're a 527. That's our legal designation. So yeah, it's a federal PAC actually. So we can operate in every state, and we can be partisan. Our mission can be register Democrats, save the world, not register whoever, do nothing. So yes, so we're very pleasant to everybody, and we're also wearing liberal looking stuff. And what that gives you, hat, shirt, maybe a pin also, what that gives you is a liberal force field. So Republicans don't walk up to you to begin with. It's super effective. And besides that, we can also say liberal sounding things. So instead of, excuse me, have you registered to vote since the last time you moved? That's so many syllables and sounds boring and people are walking by. We can say, excuse me, miss, can you help me save the world from Trump? With a smile. But like you say something like that, help me save the world from Trump. And that in one short sentence creates a high stakes narrative with them as the star. And it brings people to the stakes of it, So you're not just saying, are you registered to vote, which is very passive. They have to think voting is important to want to talk to you about it to begin with. This way you're connecting it to saving the world. Everyone knows that's important, like okay, to save the world, sure, I'll stop and fill out a boring form, you know. You can use variations. I'll get into that in a little while, but so that's the kind of thing. And if you don't say anything partisan, you should say something, so a little IDing. But if you don't say anything partisan and you still wear stuff like a liberal looking stuff, that really does the heavy lifting for you. Most Republicans will just not walk up to begin with. So yes. So what a voter drive looks like, when you come to one of our drives, you start out at a base camp, which is a dramatic word for a cafe. We try to start all our events someplace where there's good parking, coffee, and bathrooms, the 3 requirements for human life. And we start every event with a training, so no prior experience is necessary. And 15, 20-minute training, answer all your questions. We'll have clipboards for you with everything you need on them. So you got voter registration forms, and we'll usually have stickers. People go just insane for stickers. It's surprising. It's shocking. But even hardened killers love getting a sticker. So we'll have voter registration forms. We'll have a cheat sheet. Here's handsome guy TJ Cox. If you happen to be in the 21st district, we'll have that cheat sheet. But it's like an informational security blanket with some good talking points just for reference. Stuff you already know about the Democratic Party's platform, but just nice to have. And then a volunteer sign-up sheet at the back. This is super helpful. Everyone we register, we try to get to sign this. And even if they just come up and say, hey, I'm registered, but thank you so much for being here. Oh, thank you. And, would you like to get 1 email a week with voter drives like this, where you can make a real difference? If they say yes, get their name, email, and phone number. And that's how we build out the organization. That's super helpful. And, we'll have pens for you, give you whatever you need, and deploy you to a nearby hotspot, which means just, send you to usually a nearby community college, if those are available. Those are our best targets in every district. It's where we have the most good conversations and register the most people. The people we register are about 75% are women, young people, and people of color, the rising American electorate. And that is super important. So we'll send you out there. You'll talk to people for like, started screen sharing by accident, I think. Joanne Bolin.
I was trying to put that link in there. I guess I screwed up.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Is it gone now?
It's gone. It's all better.
Okay. Sorry.
No problem. Yeah, so you talk to people wherever, if it's not a community college, it might be a bigger college. It might be, if we run out of those or those are not available, we, might send you to a big library or maybe a DMV or a farmer's market or a transportation center, possibly even a, Walmart supercenter parking lot, that is not the most glamorous place you will ever go, but you can register a lot of good voters there and have a lot of good conversations. So, you'll be wherever you go, you'll be there. Everyone's picturing themselves in a parking lot now. Don't picture yourself at a college. Nice foliage everywhere, That's more common anyway. And you'll be there for about 2 hours, talk to whoever you can, register to whoever you can, and come back to the coffee shop at the end to turn in whatever forms you have. Let us know how your hotspot was, and go back home with amazing self-esteem for a week. All this is talking to strangers. All activism is talking to strangers, whether it's canvassing, voter registration like we do it, where you let the canvas come to you, even phone banking, texting, all of it is talking to strangers. And the more directly you're talking to them, like face-to-face voter interaction like we're doing, the more effective it's going to be. So this really is it's the most effective thing you can do. One other just thing to put in your head about why voter registration is the most important thing we can be doing right now. One thing Swing Left likes to quote a lot for a good reason is that in a midterm election, turnout is the biggest problem because, you know, most people don't know midterms exist or didn't until this last one. So canvassing is the perfect solution for that. In a presidential election, however, the presidential cycle, turnout is not the problem. About 85% of registered voters vote in a presidential election. And because that's true, the thing to do is register more voters, you know, and specifically Democrats and progressive independents. So that is exactly what we're out here to do. So yes, so we've any questions so far about anything? Oh, you're muted, Linda. Oh, still muted. I want to hear this question. There we go. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Will we be able to access that map that you showed us at the beginning of the states where events are happening?
Absolutely. Can you see the chat?
Right now, I see you and 4 people in boxes at the bottom.
Okay.
And once we hang up, where is it going to get emailed to us, or is it on Zoom, or it's probably
In
not?
fact, it already has been.
Oh,
In
all
the
right.
in the welcome email I sent around, you should have it. There's it has a bunch of links, and at the bottom it says useful links, Field Team 6 useful links page.
Okay.
That page has the heat map link on it.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's called the heat map. So if you look for that, that's it.
Right. Yeah, I want to go to Wisconsin.
Yeah, we could use you there. We could
Well, I
use you
actually,
there.
yeah.
We need all the help we can get, you know, after that purge. Like we need people in everywhere in Wisconsin, but Madison and Milwaukee, you know,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Thank you. Also, I'm going to put my contact information in the chat. Any one of you, all of you, can feel free to contact me about anything. Field Team 6 is a full service shop. What we offer is a voter drive in a box. Just add you. So if you want to come to any of these voter drives that we have across California, please do. But also, if you'd like to have your own, like to host your own, you can absolutely do that. It might sound daunting hosting a voter drive. All it is going out with, get a friend, and you two, both the two of you could go to a college for an hour or two, and that's a voter drive. It all counts. So we're here to help with every step of the process. Nothing's too small. So please contact us if you want to start something up. All right. So into the nitty gritty. So we talked about the world, then California, then what our voter drives look like in general. And so here's the nitty gritty. Here's how zooming in to how to get someone to talk to a person holding a clipboard. And then we'll actually go over the form. I've seen people notice me holding the clipboard and sprint away. Doesn't happen often, thank God, but hilarious. They think that I might chase them, that I have anywhere near that kind of energy. But certain things make it easier to talk to someone, enjoying yourself. People can read your energy and they'll be more likely to talk to you. Taking off your sunglasses if you can, that would be great, because eye contact is very helpful. So you kind of have to break your heart to just walk by you like a weirdo, walking a couple steps alongside them helps to extend the window of interaction, people see the clipboard and they assume something salesy is going to happen. So I try to be the opposite of salesy, because the whole point is just making a real connection with people. Sometimes I experiment with how quietly I can talk and still communicate with people, but just to be real, I want people to want to talk to me. So I try not to be creepy. I don't always succeed, but I don't do things like old school trainers say, stand in front of the person. No, I don't block anyone's path ever. You know, some trainers say, put the clipboard in their hand. Just do that, and they'll grab it. No, that's horrible. That's no. I will never do that. You know, you don't have to do that either. We're just trying to talk to people, and the nature of the job is 2 to 20 people will walk by you. You know, either they're already registered or they're busy. Some are Republicans because we are where we need to be in some purple districts. And, you know, some just can't hear you over the, you know, Fred Durst blasting through their earbuds. So, you know, don't be offended. Just keep on talking to people, keep on trying to start conversations, and there will be a 21st person. There always is. And you'll say, excuse me, miss, can you help me save the world from Trump? And she'll spin on her heel and say, oh my God, give me that. I need to sign that. I don't care what it is. Like, thank God you're here. I'm going nuts. And you'll have a conversation and make a connection. And like that just, I just felt good just imagining that right now. Like, it's cathartic, you know, for everybody involved. Hopefully you register as a Democrat to vote by mail on the spot. But even if you don't, like, she'll walk away knowing that March 3rd is the primary. Mike Levin is who she needs to keep in Congress. Remember Mike Levin's name. Say it 3 times. Say it, Mike Levin 3 times. She has to vote for Mike Levin. That's just a law. You know, but even more importantly, she'll go away knowing that it's okay to say the word Democrat out loud in public, you know, and it's okay to not be a sexist or racist. It's okay to want health care for like fellow human beings, Republicans as well as Democrats, you know. It's even okay to believe in science. So like, we're doing good things, you know, making these connections, sifting through the people we can't help to find the ones we can. So that brings us to how to start conversations. And there are better and worse ways. Are you registered to vote? It's pretty passive and boring. You know, can you help me save the world from Trump is better. You can also approach people on the issues. You could say something like, and of course, change this, make it your own, customize it for sure. But you can say something on the issues like, excuse me, sir, can you help me fight for civil rights today? Or can you help me fight for women's rights? Or, you know, voting rights, or cheaper education, or, you know, more affordable health care, anything, you know, any one of those things. If they're interested, climate change. Yep. Thank you, Ellen. Yeah. Can you help me fight to protect the environment? Help me save the environment. You know, something as short as possible and with stakes that shows people the stakes, why they should care about voting. And if they're interested in any of those things, hey, great, I'm registering Democrats to vote by mail. Are you a citizen? You know, you just slip that in. That's great. If someone says, sometimes I forget. So what we're trying to do is start a conversation and ID these people as well as some form of our friend, whether they're straight down the middle independent who hates Trump, great, we need you. Or, you know, all the way in the just flaming liberal like my mom, absolutely need her too. Anywhere in the between. So yes, sometimes if I forget to add some IDing element and I just say, oh, hello sir, could I register you to vote? And he says, yeah, great. As I sidle up to him with my clipboard, I might throw out one last like, oh, that's terrific, because it's just, you know, so important that we beat Trump in 2020, you know, just give him one last chance to say, oh, what? No, I love Trump. Oh, hey, great. Have a great day, man. Respect. And I'm waving, not because I'm dismissing him, but because in real life, he's walking away. He's always walking away. That's what happens. So yeah, that's a little fail safe thing, you know, can get you out of a tight spot. So that brings us to the form. There are other, so I'm gonna share my screen so we can look at the form. There are other good reasons to register people to vote. You know, maybe they've moved since last time they voted, or they want to change their parties, their party, I mean, or they haven't registered to vote before, or that any of those things. So here's what the form looks like when you can't see anything on it. It's a really long form. That is insane how long it is. It's so poorly designed. So well, I'm going to stop sharing 1 second just so I can show you. So this is what it looks like this is its full length. On a regular size clipboard is this long. That's horrible. That is daunting. That looks like it's 15 minutes it's going to take to fill it out, So just do this. Just fold it around the bottom of the clipboard, and then you can kind of tuck it under. You have fold and tuck. And it's kind of a normal, reasonable length. It's not going to scare people away. It really doesn't take long. It's just designed to look like it does for some reason. So that's a helpful trick.
Who fills it out? You or them?
Good question. I always fill it out, and I strongly recommend you do too, because it will be faster, more legible, and we'll hit all the fields we need to. If they insist, sure, that's fine, but you just have to kind of watch them like a hawk, and check it over before they run away at the end to make sure they didn't miss anything important.
Run off with your clipboard.
Oh, it's even worse. and your heart. Yeah. If you say, do you mind if I fill it out? I'm super fast. Most people are like, yeah, sure, great. So usually not a problem. So yes, first question. And I try to go into this question seamlessly. Like if they give me even a sympathetic sounding grunt, just if they go, oh, hey, terrific. Are you a citizen? Just the more seamlessly you can go into it, the more people will register. Are you a citizen is the first question, because it is potentially disqualifying. So if the answer is anything other than yes, do not register them. It can derail the naturalization process, which is a nightmare. If they're just a resident or just a green card holder, we can't register them. Are you 18 or older? If they are, wonderful. You can check yes. If they're even 16, though, if they just turned 16, that's fine. We can pre-register them, and that's a great thing to do. So then you just check that third box. And what that means is as soon as they turn 18, they will be registered automatically and get a confirmation card in the mail. Below that, you got some easy ones: first name, middle name, last name. Date of birth is mandatory. Here, this is very important. We want to get either one or the other of these forms of ID. You don't need both, but you should get either California driver's license / ID card, state ID card, or last 4 of their social. If you can't get either one, don't despair. Just continue filling out the form, and the registrar will reach out and try to get one or the other from them. But we try to get one, as best you can. If they can't, it's a young person, they don't have a license yet, maybe, or don't have it on them, and they can't remember the last 4 of their social. One trick is to say, is there anyone you know who might be able to text you the last 4 of your social security? And I save them some dignity by not using the word mom. But yeah, sometimes they can text their mom. I get it. So then, see what you can do there. Below this, were you born in California? If they say yep, then you put California there. U.S. state or foreign country of birth. If it's a different state, write that. If it's a foreign country, then you write the name of the, Philippines, Saudi Arabia, whatever it is. Do not write USA. Was there a question in there from someone? Nope. Okay. Below that, their physical address, where they live. So here's the, house number and street, the home address. any apartment number, always ask them. It's easy to forget this little part over here, but always ask them any apartment number. Just in case they forget to volunteer. A lot of people do. That's going to be very important if they vote by mail, which we want them to do. We want to push vote by mail as hard as we can. It's an election winner on its own because it's so convenient. It just raises voting rates dramatically. So then we got city. The state will be California. Zip code, and then the county. If someone's experiencing homelessness, they can write their cross street down here. And usually I say, and is that where you get your mail? Not if they're homeless. I'm not a jerk, but so if someone gives their address, I say, and is that where you get your mail? If they say, yep, then you skip number 5. You almost always skip number 5. It's just if someone has a mailing address different than their physical address. Number 6, you can skip 2. That is, if you had you're registered at a previous address, it's perfectly fine to fill it out, but it's also not necessary. So if they're in a rush, you can skip it. 7, do not skip. Would you like to vote by mail? It's super convenient. Most people say, yep, and great. We try to get 100% of people we speak to registered to vote by mail. All those, that political Hanukkah we were talking about, where, we're just waiting days and days. Those were all the vote by mails that were coming in. All the Democrats that were catching up to the Republicans and winning in the end, those are vote by mail. So we got to get our side doing that as much as possible. If people say, I like going in to the polls, you still can. In California, you can go into your polling place, and bring your vote by mail ballot and hand it in, and they'll give you your I voted sticker. And if you lost it, you can still go in, and you'll still be able to vote. So there really is no reason not to vote by mail. Just add something, doesn't take anything away. Okay, so number 8. This is the most nerve-wracking part of the form. This is very important. Political party preference. So at this point in the form, we're not allowed to coerce anybody, nor would we want to. You can't say, just come on, be a Democrat. What's wrong with you? We can tell them facts, though. So I start right away with some helpful facts. And we are micro-educators. We're giving people here the little knowledge that can make a huge difference. So I let them know. So political party preference. The Democrats are the one major party that is fighting Trump and the Republicans. That basic. Start that basic. Some people are like, oh yeah, Democrat. They just didn't know. Then I say President Barack Obama was the head of the Democratic Party, and President Trump is head of the Republican Party. Very basic. I try to say it without any judgment at all. Especially when you're talking to young people, they can sense judgments. Just even a milligram of judgment, they can sense it. So try to be spiritually pure. And then I tell them some facts just about the Democratic Party's platform in broad strokes. I let them know, so that the Democratic Party is the one major party that is fighting for women's rights, civil rights, and voting rights. Like this. I don't say anything about it, but you can make whatever expression you like. I tell them that Democratic Party is, the one major party fighting to save the environment instead of selling it to business interests, and trying to, make, expand healthcare instead of take it away, and make education more affordable instead of less. Sometimes people say, yeah, sure, great, Democrat. If they say, nah, I don't care, it doesn't matter. I say something like, okay, that's fine, but I gotta let you know, if you want to, get your ballot in the mail to be able to vote for like which Democrat's gonna go up against Trump, you would have to be registered as a Democrat. And that's true. You won't get any, if you're registered as no party preference, you won't get a primary ballot in the mail to be able to vote in the Democratic primary. So when you say that, some people are like, okay, yeah, put me down as a Democrat. Sometimes if that catches their attention, I might say, so you'd be able to choose whether you're going to vote for, Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren. I use both first and last name, just give them as much knowledge as you can, sneak it in there. And so sometimes they'll say, yeah, sure, Democrat. If they still say, nah, it doesn't matter, no party, okay, that's fine. Then we check at the very bottom, no party, and we'll move on, if they, we'll trust them to make the right decision. We've screened them, we've given a little bit of information, all right, we're going to go with that. If they say Democrat at any point, yay, awesome, thank you, we need more of us. Your vote counts a huge amount. Mike Levin, remember, got to vote for Mike Levin. You can give them some positive reinforcement and information, at that point. If despite our best attempts at screening people, with what we're saying and wearing, we get to this point and they say Republican, then, no tears on the form. We got to control ourselves. It's difficult. We can cry on the inside, but we say, okay, here, very good. And here you go. Here you go. And we can, I don't know if you can see my screen. Say, here you go. And, just at the bottom, just sign and date that. And yeah. And we give it to them. Yeah, and saying, put that in the mail and you'll be good. And that is our legal obligation. And it's also just polite. We're being very respectful. We filled out the whole damn form for them and we're giving it to them and they can put it in the mail. That's totally fine. We are not legally obligated to fill out the form at all or to mail it in, just to give it to them. So, we're very positive and respectful about it and we can cry, on the inside while we do that. But that's what we do. We do give them the form so we don't have to turn it in at least. And if and that will happen in a small minority of cases. Most of the time it will, there'll be a Democrat or some kind of, or a no party person, and we'll continue. So moving on, we're almost done here. Email and phone number. Number 9, it says optional. We want to treat that like it's mandatory because it's super important. First of all, for the registrar, if any information is missing, they can use that to contact the voter. And second, it's also super important for our phone banks and get out the vote efforts. We need those like crazy, And then just need your signature and date. Hand them a clipboard. Get them to sign it. Have the date ready to say out loud to them when they forget to put it down, like they probably will. And once they've signed and dated it, you give them this receipt. It's difficult to see here, but where these arrows meet, there's a dotted line, and you just kind of, fold that and tear it off and give that to them. And then there's 3 things left to do. Sticker, sign them up, and educate them, So give them a stick for saving the world. You get a sticker. Give them that positive reinforcement that is huge. Sign them up. Say, would you like to get 1 email a week? I can take your information right from your form if that's cool. It's just basically it's a beautifully written email with a list of voter drives like this, where you can hang out with amazing people like us and make a real difference. And is that cool? They'll, a lot of people say yes, great. They put their information down, and then if they're still standing there, educate them. Give them 1 to 3 sentences. Let them know March 3rd is the primary for the most important election of our lives. We got to get Trump out. So we got to, and so let them know March 3rd, and let them know the name of the candidate. Let them know Mike Levin. I'm sticking with my example, Mike Levin. Get that information into their head. Say it 3 times. And that's a fun challenge, saying anyone's name 3 times. I say, Mike Levin. Have you heard of Mike Levin? Then they respond and they say, Mike Levin is the guy. He's the guy who ended decades of Republican control in the 49th district right here, because people like you, women, young people, people of color, came out to vote in record numbers, and against all odds, flip this district. So we got to keep it blue now. Keep fighting Trump and the Republicans. Got to vote for, March 3rd. And you've done an amazing job. So that's how we do. I'm going to say one more thing about expectations, because I'm sorry we're going over just a few minutes here, and then I'll take any questions. Expectations wise, it's a super important thing to know the context. When you go out there to register voters, and say it's your first time doing this, or say your hotspot is not that hot this day in particular, maybe you don't register anybody, but you talk to 20 people walking by and let them know March 3rd is the primary, Mike Levin's candidate. Great. You've done an amazing job. That's a canvas. That's letting the canvas come to us. That absolutely counts. That's great. You register 1 or 2 people. That's what the California State Party asks of its paid people. So good job. You've just doubled or tripled your own personal voting power. 3 or 4 people, super solid, and you register 5 or more, you're a monster. So these are like soccer or hockey scores we're looking at, not basketball, but they add up, and they added up to us taking back the house. So yeah, any questions about any of this? Actually, you can unmute yourself and say whatever you like.
I was just going to say, talk about the American Independent. The people get confused.
Good point. Yes. So American Independent. I'm going back to the form now. Here we go. Under political party preference. Yeah. First one is American Independent. That sounds great. I'm a guy in college. I like to think of myself as independent from my parents, and American sounds good. That's actually a far right party to the right of the Tea Party, founded by segregationist George Wallace. So most of the people in that party are in it by accident, because it sounds good and they don't know. So yeah, so steer people away from that. If anyone says, oh, peace and freedom, I like both of those things, you can let them know the Peace and Freedom Party has never elected anyone to office ever since they started in like 1972. And they can make the decision based on that. Also, by the way, if someone says libertarian, we give them the form also, just like a Republican. They tend to vote the same in the end. Pretty rare. What else? What else you got? Does anyone want to put any dates on the calendar for another voter drive?
Jason, maybe I missed it, but I don't think you covered what we do with people who want to register Republican.
Oh, we give them the form. And in a very polite way.
He did, Joanne. He said it.
Oh, good. Okay, I missed it then. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. We're very respectful to give them the form.
My question is for the ones who register Democrat or anything. I mean, do we only keep the forms for the ones who register Democrat, and then we give the forms to everyone else and say, here you go?
Yeah, so we keep the forms for almost everyone. That includes people who want to be registered as Democrats, and people who say no party preference. That's also fine, and that turns out, that's usually, we usually get 0 Republicans trying to register with us. Occasionally, someone gets through, we're wearing this stuff and saying, help me save the world from Trump. And sometimes a young kid who's confused or something, or his parents love Trump, we get to that part of the forum and he's like, Republican, haha, okay, here you go. Just send that in. It doesn't happen very often, is what I'm saying. But yeah.
And then we take them back, or we mail them in somewhere? Take
so if someone else is leading the voter drive, you just bring them back at the end of the voter drive to that person and hand them all in, and they will, you fold them. It's a twofold process. I don't know why they make it so difficult, but yeah, you can kind of find the lines where you're supposed to fold it along, and you just, can I do this? Here we go. Fold it like that, and you do that. A little bit of origami, and you put a piece of tape on the top, and there's no postage necessary, so you can just drop that in any mailbox. And these all have to be mailed. If you're doing this yourself, these all have to be mailed within 3 business days of them being signed. So, weekends don't count.
Okay.
And by the way, that is strangely the most restrictive registration form deadline in the country that I've found out of the 12 states we're in. 3 days is that's it's insane. Very fast. We usually turn them in the same day, maybe the next day if necessary, just so we don't even risk that usually.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So now you are fully empowered to do this. You can, go out with a friend or 2 or 10 and to a college campus, get some forms for free at your county, registrar, get some almost free clipboards and pens, and you can do this. I'm going to put a link to where to find forms in the chat. What we do ask, of course, we don't charge anything for we do our fundraising so we can survive separately from all this. The 3 things that we do ask is that everyone who's going to do a Field Team 6 voter drive takes a training. So you all have done that now. You can also take a training from someone leading one of our voter drives on the ground. That absolutely counts. The second thing we ask is that, by the way, we have these trainings online once every 3 weeks for California. Second thing is that, we ask that people put their event on our calendar, or you can tell us about it and we can put it on for you, just so that people know about it and we know that it's happening. And then the third thing is just that you mail in images of the forms to us at the end. Take a picture with your phone of each completed form, and you can email it or text it, whatever's easiest. Just so we can tally a few data points, nothing private, for just like the party preference, zip code, so we can see what congressional district we're registering people in, and like the year of their birth, so we can see the age cohort. Oh, and if vote by mail or not, that's all. So, Ellen, how? Send to you? Are you talking about how to get an event?
Okay, so wait, I'm sorry. I forget what I said, but I'm sorry. Okay, so we take a picture of the form if we get somebody, and we send it to your email?
Here, I will put
to your email or to some other email?
To this email, I put a
okay.
Chat
So
there.
take that. Oh yeah, and how do we put the dates on the Mobilize app or wherever you want us to do it?
Yeah.
Like if we're gonna hold a drive, how do we put it wherever we put it?
Yeah, here we go. That's a very good question.
Okay.
So here's our website. I put it in the chat. I'll share my screen so you can see it.
Okay.
This won't take long. I'm just going to show you in a super
I'm just gonna copy all this.
Here's our website. So if you go to here's where you come in, you go to lead a voter drive.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. This is going to be, so here's a page where the font is way too large. That needs to change. We're working on it. We're working on it. Excuse our dust. If you go down to create your own event here.
Okay.
And you can host an event.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. That's the Field Team 6. Wait, I'm sorry. That's the Field Team 6.
Fieldteam6.org.
On Mobilize.
Yes. Yeah. You can also go to our
Okay. I see it. I see it. Host an event. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
okay. And there's this copy that just, you know, you
Yeah.
can do that, or you can just go into it and write the title of your event, and the type would be voter registration. This is auto-populated, so it's easy. You can tweak it, or you can just leave it as it is, whatever you like. Put in the location, date, times. You can limit the capacity. If say you're having your first voter drive, you don't want it to be too big, out of control. You're gonna limit it to 5 people. You can do that. You know, that means no more than 5 people can sign up.
All right.
Put 7, knowing that 2 or 3 won't show up, you know,
Okay.
if your friends are like mine.
And then where do we get the, I'm sorry, where do we get the places that we want to have it?
Yeah, the hot spots.
Yeah.
So here you go. I'm going to stop sharing that. Let me put something in the, you were asking them perfect questions. The Field Team 6 Hotspots directory. I just put that in the chat. You can
Okay.
also find that.
I got it.
You can also find that in the email I sent around to everybody. In the
Okay.
useful on the useful links page, it has the
Okay, I
hotspot
got it.
directory.
All right.
And check that out. So here's what that looks like. That looks like this. And there's Arizona. That's not what we want. So we go to the bottom, and you see all these tabs for different states.
Okay. I got it.
California.
Oh, nice.
And then here's, ooh, look at that. Beautiful. Treasure trove of hotspots.
Oh,
We
excellent.
need to add, we have a ton in the 8th district. We just need to add them. We need to add the ones in the 10th. So we're still, this is a work in progress, but a lot of areas we do have, you know, hotspots written out for, and we have hotspots. They're just not written for CA22. We need to do that. Yes, and if your area does not have them, let me know, and
Okay.
we'll
So
fill
do you
them in.
want us to submit, like, if we know, like, Coyote College or wherever the hell that is up there, we should do it up there? Do you want me to submit it to you to put on here?
Yeah, that's great. If you just want to
All right.
let me know like a couple details about your voter drive, and it's like a little complicated to get it online, that's fine. You can just email it to
Okay.
me. We actually have an event, like a voter drive concierge, that we try to like make it easy. That's what good organizing is, just making it
Okay.
easy to do.
And that would be Wayne. Wayne is our guy for that.
Wayne Liebman, he's my consigliere.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
He's
Good.
wonderful. Actually, Becky Hoffman he'll direct you to Becky Hoffman. She's amazing. She helps us set up events, and I believe she's the one who can like help you with all the specifics of setting it up.
All right.
Yeah, but in case anyone doesn't, you know, you can, any one of you, you can just email me or email, even better, info at Field Team 6, and it will get where it needs to go. Info at fieldteam6.org. I just put that in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions you have, you can send there.
All right.
Yeah. I am here. Oh, Deb, I'm so glad you like that political Hanukkah. That oil kept burning. It's true, it did. Oh yeah. So I'm here to answer anyone's questions, but I just want to say officially, just to adjourn it, because it's 13 minutes past. Thank you all so much for being here. You are awesome.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
yeah, you're wonderful. And whatever we can help with, you know, getting any voter drives set up or getting you to ones that already exist, let us know. We're here for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Keep
Thank
California
you.
blue.
Very
Okay.
helpful. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, bye.
Awesome.
Thank
Right.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, Walmart is a great idea. I'm going to try to get some friends to do that here.
Cool.
Fight for our Harley Ruta. Okay, thank you, and have
Yeah.
a great night.
Absolutely. You too. Also, Harley Ruta, Golden West College is great.
Oh, yeah?
Also,
Okay.
Orange Coast College. Both
That's
of
my
those.
alma mater.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
No, I love them. Spent so much time there.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Probably more than most students.
All right. Well, have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you. You too. All
All
right.
right.
Talk to you soon, I hope.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Do I leave?